Welcome back. The conflict between Israel and Palestine in Gaza has world leaders, including Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, calling for peace. The sounds of artillery, explosions, death, terrifying at any time. But imagine living that reality outside your front door of your family's home. Joining me now is the Chelsky family, Stephen and Rebecca, and Benjamin, who are from Toronto but now living in Israel. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining, and I want to begin here because I want to get your personal experience. Politics aside, on what your reality is, what you need, what you are living with. And I want to begin with you, Stephen and Rebecca. Tell me what your days look like.
Well, for me, I can start. I have an app on my phone where it shows the rockets that are falling all throughout the country. I'm looking at the app constantly, checking the news on the website, working at the same time. So it's basically, I feel like I'm juggling everything. Always thinking, when's the rockets going to be hitting, if they're going to be hitting today. They went off in our home area a few nights ago at 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's just a matter of, if they go off, where are my kids, where's my wife, where's my dog, making sure everybody's safe. And if the rocket's going off within areas where my cousins, my aunt and uncle live, making sure they're safe as well, and our friends as well.
Indeed, it's terrifying. And Rebecca, tell me, when you hear those sirens, you have a space that you go to that you've created.
Yes. So now new construction since the mid-90s all have built-in spaces for you to run to in the apartments. Older construction doesn't have that. So us living here in Medellin, in the center of the country, basically our whole city has those. So it is Benjamin's room when he's here. We use it for our younger son the rest of the time. But yeah, so we go in there. So it doesn't take us as long to get there, unless, like other places where they don't have it, they have to go into the stairwells, or they go to shelters that are common areas. But this is the one in our house. This is our bedroom, Benjamin's bedroom. And there's a steel window, and the door is also steel to protect us, and it's all concrete.
Benjamin, you are about an hour and a half away from your family right now. You are away at school, is my understanding, and you are preparing for military service. So tell me from your perspective on where your head is at right now and how you are feeling in the middle of all of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You live through this, but at the same time, you know, it's crazy to think that it could get this intense so quick. Like, I was on a trip in nature when this was happening, when like the first rockets fell and we didn't even have our phones. And then just the intensity, it's insane. Where my head is at is a lot with my friends. I mean, the last conflict was in 2016, and I was very young then. I was rather young then, and it was less personal. And now I have friends that are, my best friend is right now over on the Gaza border, and it's quite terrifying. I mean, I'm in a pre-army program right now, and I have a lot of friends who live in the south, in Ashkelon, Ashdod, and these places that are getting hit daily. They don't have, like, you know, you don't go half an hour to an hour without a siren going off. You know, they get woken up 6, 7 times in the middle of the night. They have to rush to the, and it's terrifying because these are rockets that are being shot, and it's truly a scary experience.
Stephen, for you, actually for the entire family, as Canadians, you moved about 16 years ago to be closer to family, but you're seeing that there are a number of rallies across Canada. When you see these rallies, how do you feel being there versus being here at home?
I feel very safe being in Israel, knowing what's going on and what I'm hearing about the Toronto police and the other police are not doing very much. from what I'm hearing. If anything were to happen, and has been happening here in Israel, we know the IAF, Israel Air Force, the IDF, Israel Defense Force, is going to have our backs. They are going to protect us. So we know that it's like having Big Brother, having their hand on your shoulder saying, don't worry, I've got you covered. I'm here for you. And I know if we were back in Toronto right now, we would not have that experience. Basically, you got to be careful where you're walking, where you're going, where you're shopping. And here, I feel completely safe because I know that the Army and the Prime Minister is doing everything they can to stop the situation from happening.
I wish we had more time to chat. And obviously, there are several sides to this story. Indeed, we will delve into all of them. But I want to thank all of you for joining us today. And please do stay safe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that. All right, and we'll bring you more news coming up in just a bit. Right now, though, we're going to check in with you, Frankie.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine taking a look at a phone, an app to kind of see where bombs are landing. Right now, I take a look at my phone to see about what weather's coming our way.
That's a reality for so many people, civilians, and it's difficult indeed. So it was interesting to hear from the Chelsky family. So thank you for their time.
Yeah, great interview.
Wow. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit
Yeah.
and what you are following today.